Hey, it's Philip Frederickson with Coldwell Banker West today, and today we are going to be discussing seller disclosures. And the reason we're going to talk about it is because it's probably one of the most important aspects of a transaction in real estate. And the reason for it is it forms the basis of everybody's understanding of the property that's being sold. The seller fills these out at the beginning of the transaction, provides them to the buyers, and they're equally important to both the buyer and the seller. And the reason they are is because if you're a buyer and the seller provides these disclosures, it tells you all about the property, everything that's ever gone wrong with the property and what they did to fix it, assuming they did fix it. And then that way you can take those to your inspections and have your inspector look at those items and make sure that everything was correctly fixed or properly fixed. And so that you're protected and you know what's going on with that property. As a seller, it's super important because, again, it's you telling the buyer everything that you can remember about the property. Anything that you've done to it, it tells what appliances you have in there, whether you have outdoor sprinklers and all those things. It also tells if there's ever been anything wrong with the property, and if there was, what did you do to correct it? These are so important because if you forget, or not if you couldn't remember, that's one of the clues. It's what you can recall. But if there's something that you should have known or you did know and you didn't disclose it, that's a potential lawsuit for you. And that is super important to us that we protect you from that. I was a lawyer for 34 years before I became a licensed broker. And so one of MaryBeth's and my particular areas that we pay attention to is liability in all aspects of the transaction. And this is definitely one of those. When you're buying them a property, you want to make sure you thoroughly go through those disclosures. When you're a seller, you want to go question by question. There's 3 forms that you have to fill out. One is the transfer disclosure statement. Super important. Everybody has to fill this out, even if it's for sale by owner. Also the seller property questionnaire, and then there's a seller property questionnaire addendum. They seem to duplicate themselves a little bit, so you want to make sure your answers are consistent and you want to jog your memory. MaryBeth and I feel that this is so important that we usually sit down with the seller and go through these forms with them and let them answer what they can, and we can help them in articulating areas that they know is of concern that they're not sure whether they should disclose or not. Good rule of thumb is, if in your mind it pops in your head, should I disclose this? The answer is yes, you should, always. You can never over disclose. Disclosures are your friend, nothing to be afraid of. You're not going to lose a sale because you disclosed. What you can happen is a lawsuit if you don't. So disclosures are your friend. It's important to do, and just remember that these forms are designed to help the buyer and the seller understand what it is they're buying and selling, and that's all it does. That's all it's for, and we're here to help you do it. If you have an agent that's not willing to sit down and help you understand these forms so you can make sure you correct them, please ask them to do it, or ask them to provide you with somebody who can, because it's super important to your future. So I hope you're having a great day. If you have any questions regarding disclosures or any aspect of a real estate transaction, MaryBeth and I are here to help. Have a great day.